All right, let's grade out these teams so far this season. We're at the midway point. Most teams have played 6 games. A couple of you guys have gotten 7 in there. Let's talk grades and why I got to the conclusion on some of these. We will go in the exact same order that we did the power rankings. So Oklahoma at 1, they grade out at an A+, and that one was not challenging. Dylan Gabriel has been uber impressive. The Oklahoma defense has stepped up when it needs to, and overall, they feel like the best suited team, to me right now, especially after the Texas win, to win in the postseason, to win a Big 12 championship again, get back where they've been. There are guys on this roster who have played in the Big 12 title. Oh, only a few now are left because it's been a little bit. I think Oklahoma, though, in the playoff, they've shown they can win it in late game scenarios. Dylan Gabriel's a very old, mature quarterback. Oklahoma, A+. Texas, you won on the road against Alabama. You're a solid A. I struggle not to go A+ as well with Texas. Somebody had to go A, somebody had to go A+ here, and Texas lost to Oklahoma, very close as it was, puts them in an A territory. This is an NFL team. This is and somebody, they obviously wouldn't beat an NFL squad, but this is a team built with a bunch of NFL players. Texas is very impressive. They just lost. Kansas State, B-. I didn't think you'd lose to Missouri, which turns out to be not such a bad loss. But I also didn't think you'd lose to Oklahoma State. I thought Kansas State would very, very handedly be in Arlington at the end of this season, and they're a B- team right now. Avery Johnson's been a good quarterback. I think he needs to get the bulk of the snaps over Will Howard now because of what he showed. And you know what? If Avery Johnson can't get it done consistently, throw Will Howard back in there. B- for Kansas State. And to me, I use the word disappointing because I had really high expectations for Chris Klieman this year. Iowa State, B+, where this was once an F a couple of weeks ago when your head coach almost got in a fight with a random fan outside of a stadium. It's now a B+ because Iowa State had salvaged the season that an analyst came on this show, an Iowa State fan and analyst came on this show, and she said Iowa State could go 1-11, 0-12, 3-9. Iowa State very impressed with what they put together. B+ because they did lose to Ohio, but Iowa State, good year to this point. Oklahoma State, A-. After a 33-7 loss to UAB, I'm giving you an A-. You don't have a quarterback. You have 3 and none at the same time. You have Ollie Gordon, though. You lean on him. The season has already been turned around. Oklahoma State exceeding expectations from a lot of people this year, and you're going to help me on that little prop that I gave you, the over-under on wins. Like 5.5, I hit the over. Thank you. Mwah. TCU, a C. Dude, you went to the national championship game. I know you just beat BYU, but you've struggled through Big 12 play. It's a C for TCU. That Colorado loss looks worse and worse now. I get you couldn't prepare for that team. You didn't know what was coming. Just a C season. Kansas, B. I don't know. How much more do you want me to unpack this? It's been a B year for Kansas. It's good, B is good for you. This is a football school now if you want it to be. Kansas sits, as we speak, at 2-2 in conference, 5-2 overall. The expectation's high in Lawrence. This has been a B performance. You should have beaten Oklahoma State. You were the favorite in that game, top 25 team. West Virginia, your coach was so stupid fired. It was so over for you. A-. Yeah. Would have been an A+. Then you lost to Houston. That was bad. But I expected you to lose to a lot more than Houston. I expected you to lose to Houston and pretty much everybody else on your schedule not named Duquesne. You have shocked everybody still, and you're in that hunt for the Big 12 championship. You're 2-1, which isn't bad through 6 games. West Virginia, A. You're in the A range at an A-. Neil Brown, still probably fired at the end of the year, but you know what? You've been fun to watch. BYU, I'm giving you a B+. The defense has been so much improved. Aside from that TCU game, that's one that you hate, but a road win against an SEC opponent is awesome. You tore through Cincinnati. To this point, I think a lot of people had BYU in that 2-4 range. So the fact that BYU is instead at 4-2, I've been impressed with that. Give me BYU at a B+, because they have made the best adjustment of any of the new teams. That earns you in that B territory. Texas Tech, again, 3-4, sub 500, not expected. C-. C- on your report card, and these report cards are about to get a little scathing. You have been not good in comparison to what you should have been. I know injuries have been a part of that, but Tyler Shuck, when he was healthy, not that good. Baron Morton, when healthy, not that good. Taj Brooks, why didn't you use Taj Brooks this week? Joey McGuire's making some coaching decisions that Zach Kittley's making some coaching decisions that don't make sense in my brain. C- for Texas Tech, a team that I had in Arlington, has been disappointing at 3-4. Houston, C. Bad adjustment to the Power 5. Not looking good. You got that win to keep you out of the F territory. It's just a standard C for Houston. C for Cougars. Good job, guys. Proud is a word that I would use after that win against West Virginia. Proud of Houston for not completely rolling over and finding a way. UCF, C-. You should be at the B+ territory right now, but you just kind of crapped the bed. You can't win a Big 12 game. You should have beaten Baylor. You should have been more competitive against Kansas. You were a favorite in that game. C- for UCF. You need John Rice Plumlee back. This has been a really tough adjustment for Gus Malzahn. The fans don't seem as engaged as I expected them to be. What happened to that 2017 national championship energy? What happened to this world-beating energy? Tough. Cincinnati, F+. I'm going to invent a new letter. F+ for Cincinnati. All-American on the defensive line. Emory Jones looked so crisp early in the season, and then you just have not really been competitive in the Big 12 since then. F+ for Cincy. Baylor, the Baylor Bears, you get the square F. F for Baylor. That's not even being harsh. You've had a Big 12 Power 5 roster. You already had all the recruits for the Power 5, and you've looked like a Group of 5 team, like one of these new teams in the Big 12 this year. 14 false starts in the first 3 games. Couldn't put it together. Couldn't win games. You have the one UCF win. Huzzah. But aside from one quarter this season, everything's been terrible under a fourth-year head coach who won the Sugar Bowl and the Big 12 championship. Inexcusable. Those are the grades. It is A+ for Oklahoma, A for Texas, B- Kansas State, B+ Iowa State, Oklahoma State at A-, TCU, C, Kansas, B, West Virginia, serviceable A-, BYU, B+, Texas Tech, C-, Houston, C, UCF, C-, Cincinnati, F+, and Baylor, F. What should your team's grade be? Comment that below. Subscribe and I'll shave my head. 10,000 by January 1st. Coming up, Wazoo, Oregon State. What? On Locked On Big 12, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.